Hello, dear friends. Jai Hind. Now it is a long video on the generator we are discussing. So in the short video, you have already seen that the main parts of DC generator. So now we can discuss about the working of all the parts and made out of which material, what is their actual function. First is yoke. Yoke is made out of a good magnetic material which is cylindrical structure. I have opened the front view elevation, many parts you can see there. The function of the yoke is to hold the delicate parts of the DC generator. It is like safeguard to the internal parts of the machine. And also it is the media for the magnetic flux to hold properly. That's why it is made out of good magnetic material, iron, steel, cobalt, nickel or good alloy, which is having the high retentivity or holding property of the magnetic field. Next is magnetic poles. Magnetic poles is they are containing, of course, maybe 4 pole, 6 pole, 8 pole. Number of poles depending upon the capacity of the generator they are provided. Poles are having three main atoms. One is pole core, which is shown cylindrical type or rectangular type, you can say. Another is horseshoe type. This rectangular type core will be holding the conductors. Conductors are used, copper conductors or the aluminum conductors, depending upon the type of the generator. And pole shoe is there to keep the winding connected permanently. When the centrifugal forces are increased due to the rotation of the armature, if the pole shoe is not provided, the winding may come down and there will be great accident. To avoid that one, or to avoid the slipping of the winding, the horseshoe type will be holding. The other function of the horseshoe is it is spread the magnetic flux to the larger area of the armature core so that the total magnetic flux will be utilized to generate the electricity, high electricity. Winding will be taking, the function of the winding is to take the direct current from the battery or the separate generator and convert into magnetic field. That magnetic field will be spreading throughout the core, and main magnetic flux will be passing through the poles and linking to the rotating conductors. So here the magnetic field is constant and conductors are rotating in the magnetic field. That is one of the dynamically induced EMF example. Now the third part is armature core, which is also made out of the magnetic material of high retentivity like the yoke and the magnetic poles. It is made out of the complete circular type or otherwise two similar discs. Semi-circular disc will be mounted on the shaft properly. At the outer periphery, the slots or caves are cut to hold the armature conductors in them properly. In the slot, the armature conductors may be of copper or aluminum, longitudinally they kept, and the armature core along with which is mounted on the shaft along with the commutator, they are connected to the prime mover for getting the rotation. Next is commutator. Commutator is purely made of the conducting material because it has to hold the current which is coming out from the conductors, whereas the conductor will be connected to the commutator segment through the copper lugs or ropes. Soon after inducing the alternating current in the conductor, it will be collected by the commutator segments. You must know that the commutator is the part of the DC generator which converts the alternating current into direct current and holds for a long time. Whenever the power is required outside, it will be obtained from the brushes, carbon brushes, which will be touching to the commutator. Carbon brushes are mounted in their holder, but they are stationary. Whenever the power supply is needed, they will be pressed automatically or manually. They touch the commutator and collect the voltage or the current induced in them and send to the external circuit through the armature, where plus A minus A is mentioned, that is the armature terminal, whereas the plus F and minus F is mentioned, that is the field terminal to take the direct current inside to produce the magnetic field. And here armature terminals are collecting the direct current induced in the generator unit to the external circuit. So now the whole rotating assembly is mounted over the shaft. Shaft is given the major mean to hold the rotating parts and to get the rotation from the outside prime mover. This prime mover may be electric motor or DC electric motor, maybe DC or AC, or diesel engine, petrol engine, hydraulic engine, or sometimes manually also it will be rotated for minimum amount of voltage with minimum amount of the rotation. Anyhow, the rotation is to be sent to the shaft so that the armature conductors which are there in the armature core should rotate in the ready magnetic field, and by electromagnetic induction, whenever the magnetic field is stationary, if conductors are moving in the rotating stationary magnetic field, then EMF will be inducing in the conductor. That EMF will be of alternating type, will be collected by the commutator segment through the rope or the copper lugs. Of course, they are not shown there, you understand it. Each conductor will be connected to the commutator segment. The alternating current will be collected and converted into direct current. That direct current will be collected through the carbon brushes whenever the power supply is needed, either automatically or otherwise manually it can be done. So therefore, the working of each and every part of the generator and which material they are using to manufacture them or to construct them is explained. Please remember. For written and printed notes, if you want, for this explanation, please contact the given number here 970-145-9961 or otherwise 961-8568-703. So you will be sent to your places if needed. Thanks. We can see in the next the advanced part of DC generator in the long as well as the short also. Thanks a lot.